Welcome back to the Koi 9-hole cup. Expert division, hole number 6. We're sending it down to thorn range for a thorn bounce up shot in the sticky spot, trying to go for an albatross here. The adjustment on the drive is P5 minus 10%, max numbers, 5.8 topspin, 2 left spin, and we're setting up bullseye on the right rough at P5 max rest. So once we get into our position, we'll add our spins here. We're going to be bullseye on the right rough line, just like that. Adjust P5 minus 10, max numbers here. It's always been a slight tailwind here. We've never pulled into any overpower, so you should be good unless you catch some kind of crazy wind angle that we never saw. One thing you need to pay attention to on this drive is what you pull down to on your adjustment. So here I'm going to pull down to the plus 29, which is okay. That means I do not need to make any other adjustments. If you pull down to the 28 or higher, you're good to go. It's no push up. It's full OP, APOC 5 left curl, full left hook, okay? That's the 28 or higher. You don't need to do anything else. If you pull down anything lower than the 28, for every plus yard lower than the 28, you will need to push back towards the tee 2 plus yards. So if you pull down to the 26, right, that's 2 plus yards lower than the 28, you'll need to push back towards the tee 4 plus yards, and you're going to end up being at the top end of the 22-yard mark. This is important because if you don't push back in the tailwind angle, you're going to hit a little bump in the fairway. It's going to kick your ball right, and you're likely end up in the rough. So pay attention to your pull angle. Make sure you're pulling as straight as possible. If anything on the drive, you want to favor a slight 1201 over an 1159. Okay? Pull as straight as possible. Adjust your numbers, P5 minus 10 max. And if you need to, push back towards the tee 2 plus yards for every plus yard below 28. That's the drive. It's been pretty good as long as you pull straight and you don't forget to push up. You hit full left hook using APOC 5 left curl. You should get a nice rollout somewhere between 425 and 430-ish. All right. For the approach, we're doing a thorn bounce up shot. And you're going to either be set up in plus yards or you're going to have to do a white ring to bottom of the white ring to pin check, okay? So I'm basically starting off always with 2 left spin and 1 back spin. Here we're in pin check range, so we're good. If I had a longer rollout, I would need to do the bottom of the white ring pin check, and I would most likely need to adjust the backspin a little bit. So there's my sticky spot. Now, one thing to note about this sticky spot, if you notice, I've got 2 left spin, 1 backspin, but when I get into my sticky spot, my ball guide is pointed at the left edge of the cup. Generally speaking, when you add those spins and get into the sticky spot, your ball guide should be about 1 cup left of the hole. So here I was rushed for time. I didn't have time to readjust. This is one of the reasons that I recommend you use an Easter ball, side spin 3 plus ball, so that if you get into the sticky spot and 2 left spin doesn't get you over to being 1 cup left of the hole, then you're going to have to add additional left curl to make up the difference here. So I was in a rush for time here. I didn't have time to respin it, and you'll see that I missed this shot by exactly 1 cup to the right, okay? So things to note. Your ball guide should always be, the tip of it should always be to the back of the cup, and you should always be 1 cup left. of the hole in the sticky spot. So I set my spins 2 back, 1 left, find the sticky spot, then readjust spins as needed to get that ball guide into that position. That is the position you need to make this shot. The only other thing you need to do is add curl for higher winds. So if you've got winds between 7 and 7.6, you don't really need to do anything. Maybe the higher end 7.6, 7.7, maybe 1 click of left curl. If you've got 7.9 to 8.5, you're going to need half the teeth left curl. And if you've got anything 8.6 or higher, you're going to need circle break left curl, right? So baby winds need nothing. 7.6, 7.7, 1 click of left curl. 7.8 to 8.5, you need half the teeth left curl. 8.6 to 9.1, you're going to need circle break left curl. If you set everything up here, the adjustment is P5 plus 30 at slider. Set everything up properly. Make sure you have your 1 cup left offset. Make sure your tip of your ball guide is to the back of the cup. Make sure you add your curl as needed for wind strength. Adjust P5 plus 30 at slider. Hit perfect. You'll have a great opportunity at an albatross. Let me go ahead and let you see the end result of this, because you'll see I am not set up 1 cup to the left. I get the correct curl, but I didn't have time to respin, and so I'm going to finish exactly 1 cup to the right here, which is quite a bummer, but that's all right. We know what we need to do. If you have the Easter ball, you can respin this to make sure that your ball guide is where it needs to be. If you don't have an Easter ball and all you have is a luminary and you can't get that 1 cup left, then you will have to add, about probably 5 to 6 extra clicks of left curl to make up that difference. I also had the ball guide a little bit short, and so I was just a hair short and a cup right. So get the setup properly. You'll have a good chance at a drop here. I wish you the best of luck. We'll see you on the next hole.